Hey, how's it going? Yeah, 2 Travis videos in 2 days? That's crazy! If you haven't seen yesterday's video, you should go back and watch it before you watch this one, even though it's not really gonna matter. This video is about NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo, or NaNoWriMo as the weird people call it, is National Novel Writing Month, where a person sits down and over the course of November tries to pen or type a 50,000 word novel. Now, 50,000 words does not a good novel make, but it is a gigantic start. It's a big chunk out of what you need if you want to actually make your story into a novel. And it's an awesome goal. And it's kind of difficult. It's doable. It's very doable. But you're gonna have to work at it. 50,000 words in a month, it's tough. Now for the past 4 years, I've participated in NaNoWriMo each year, and I have achieved the 50,000 word goal each time. I'm gonna go ahead and brush my shoulder off. And this year I was still deciding if I actually wanted to do NaNoWriMo because I have a lot of stuff going on, but I want to go 5 for 5. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go 5 for 5. Now being that I'm a moderate veteran of NaNoWriMo, I figured that I could give you some little tidbits, some helpful hints in order for you to achieve your 50,000 word novel writing goal. Number 1, understand that you don't have to find time to write. You have to make time. Move stuff around in your day. The time exists. You just have to sit down and type during it. Number 2, tell your friends and family that you are going to do this. Your friends will hopefully understand, and your family will hopefully understand also. The novel comes first. Unless it's a dire family emergency or your job. But the novel is important. And along with that, if you tell a couple of your friends that you're doing NaNoWriMo, maybe some of them will want to do it along with you. If you haven't seen my NaNoWriMo for a grade video, go down there and watch it. It's really neat. I got my whole class involved. Number 3, plan your day beforehand. It goes along with number 1, but just map it out. Like if you have an hour and a half between when you get off class to go to work, sit down for an hour and try to crank out a bunch of words. Just try. Whenever you have time, just try to write. Number 4, the traveling shovel of death. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should Google it. It's kind of fun. Number 5, use excuses as goals. If you make plans with somebody later that day, try to crank out part of your novel first. You want to see a movie? 2,000 words first, buckaroo. God, why am I saying buckaroo so often? Gotta stop that. Number 6, December is for editing. Don't worry about mistakes you made. Don't worry about misspellings. Don't worry about how you wanted to word something differently. Just keep going forward. December is for editing. Number 7, don't be afraid of letting your novel take a mind of its own. I literally let that happen to a character last year, and he knew that I was writing scenarios for him. He knew that I was creating the things around him, and he kind of got a say in what he wanted to do and where he wanted to be because he was communicating to me through my writing. It was really trippy. It's nowhere near done yet. I haven't really touched it since last year, but it was a really fun, creative process. Number 8, stop early. And this might sound weird from some of the other rules that I've given you, like about how you should always meet your goal that day before you go out and do things. But if you're in the middle of a really awesome scene or scenario and things are happening and it's really exciting and you hit your goal, stop. Just leave it until tomorrow. 2 reasons. You'll get more creative thoughts about where you want the story to go, and you'll have a really interesting place to pick up the next day. Because there will be days, aggravating days, where you're going to come back to your story and you're not going to have anything interesting to write about because you had been trudging through the quicksand trying to get to your goal, and you finally get to your goal and you feel that little bit of success, but then the next day you're stuck in that same spot. So try to stop somewhere where it's really interesting and entertaining and fun for you to write. Number 9, just write about anything. Just keep going forward. Don't backspace. Just keep typing things. It doesn't even really have to do with like the internal workings of your story. My second year of NaNoWriMo, I would space down and leave myself little notes for where I wanted the story to go in the future, then space down and get back to the actual story and the conversation. Get into word battles with your characters where they're in a room for a while just arguing with each other back and forth. If you just keep typing words, you will reach your goal no problem. And number 10, have fun writing. You may be the only person who ever sees this body of work, but if you don't have fun doing it, you're not going to want to keep going. And you're not going to want to do it the next year. Just make it fun for yourself. Kill off a character, bring him back, kill him off again, bring it back. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody because this is for you. This is a goal that you are setting for yourself. And you are achieving this goal, and it will feel awesome. Have a good day. Bye. What are you still doing watching this video? Don't you have a novel to write?